Today, the entire world says goodbye to one of the most iconic figures of recent history, Pope Francis. A funeral that not only moved millions, but also broke centuries-old traditions and sent a clear message about the future of the Church. But what made this farewell so special? And why did so many world leaders gather to pay their final respects? Stay with us as we reveal the 5 moments that forever marked this historic goodbye. Shortly after 9 in the morning, Rome time, the bells of St. Peter's Basilica rang out, a solemn moment. The simple wooden coffin, just as Francis had wished, was carried to the altar in the square. On top of it, the open book of the Gospel, a symbol of his mission among us. The square, packed with over 250,000 faithful, fell into absolute silence, broken only by spontaneous applause. It was the world, tearfully thanking him for a life dedicated to the most humble. It was Cardinal Giovanni Battista Re, Dean of the College of Cardinals, who paid tribute to the Pope. In his words, Francis was described as the people's Pope, a man who gave of himself without measure, especially to the marginalized. But it was when the cardinal recalled the phrase that defined Francis's papacy, "Build bridges, not walls," that the emotion overflowed. The crowd responded with applause, remembering how the Pope had always defended immigrants, even when facing political tensions, such as his historic clash with Donald Trump. This was a funeral, yes, but also a powerful statement of values. And amid the farewell, an unexpected meeting. Inside St. Peter's Basilica, Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelensky held an impromptu meeting. A brief conversation, but considered very productive by the White House, especially after months of public tension between the two leaders. Francis's funeral, a man who preached unity throughout his life, also fostered moments of diplomacy amid sorrow. One final proof that, even in his passing, Francis could bring together what once seemed impossible. Precisely at noon, the bells rang out once more. The cardinal blessed the coffin with holy water and incense, and then the pallbearers carried it in procession to the place Francis had chosen, the Basilica of St. Mary Major. One detail drew special attention. Francis broke another tradition by choosing to be buried outside the Vatican, becoming the first pope in more than 120 years to do so. His wish was simple, to rest near the icon of the Virgin Mary, Salus Populi Romani, to whom he had a deep devotion. Even in eternal rest, Francis chose humility over grandeur. The burial was an intimate and private moment. There, surrounded only by his closest collaborators and spiritual family, the Pope was laid to rest while the Regina Caeli, a hymn of Easter joy, was sung. The coffin was sprinkled with holy water and a formal document was read aloud to certify the moment to those present. Thus, in silence, ended a life that loudly proclaimed love, inclusion, and human dignity. The world now prepares to choose a new leader for the Catholic Church, but the legacy of Francis, his courage, his compassion, and his dream of a world with more bridges than walls, will remain forever in our hearts. And what about you? Which of Pope Francis's teachings touched you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any updates about the upcoming papal conclave and other historic moments. And if you can, support us with a super thanks to help us keep bringing quality information. Click the video now appearing on your screen to uncover the behind-the-scenes details of the conclave that will decide the future of the Catholic Church.